I'm going to show you how to edit an audio file. In this work that we want to do, on this folder, you see I have an audio file here, which is about 17 megabytes. Then the timing, you see the length of the file is about 18 minutes. So now I'm going to show you how to edit this file to extract just the content that you want. Let me play it for you to see.
From policies to politics.
At the beginning of the file, what you'll find is music,
Local and foreign news.
So I call that noise. So
We keep you updated.
And the wonderful photo lecture.
Good evening. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so much.
Then towards the end too, you also have some musical background. So I'm going to extract out those initial music at the beginning and at the end. Then I'll just leave only where the main discussion took place. This is similar to what I have here on this diagram. So what we want to do, I've summarized it here. So looking at this diagram, you can see that this other section that I'm drawing something like a sinusoidal waveform is the initial noise. This is the other noise. Then where you have the block is where the real thing took place. So I want to get this one off and this one off. Then I retain only the substance. So like I told you, the total length is about 18 minutes. And when we finish all the extraction, and the elimination of the noise, you see that the length sometimes, depending on your video, in this particular case, will reduce to something like 15.4. So let's see how we can get this done. Search button on the taskbar and type video editor is already here. That is the video editor app that we want to use. So here I'll click on new video project. Then I'll give a name to it. So what is the name of this project? It was a live radio appearance, APP. So that's what I'll call it. So now it's waiting for me to add my videos. So this is the storyboard. This section is the storyboard. This is the project library. And these are the menus that we have. So you have the background, custom, and finished product. So now you notice that under the storyboard, I'm supposed to extract in either a picture file or a video file. But what we have is an audio file. So if I click on add and browse through the PC, then I'll go to the folder. The folder is an audio file. You can see nothing is appearing here because it's the format of the files that are required are already listed here. So audio file can't just come in here directly. So what do? The first thing I'll do will be to add title card. Then I'll click on the text. Then from here I can type the full name of what I want. Live radio appearance. So that's going to be the title that I've just typed on my audio title card. I'll click OK. So now the video I showed you, from the video I showed you, I said something like that. The total time length of that video, of that audio, was 18 minutes. So I will click here and change this to 18 minutes. 18 minutes is about 1080 seconds. So that gives us 18 minutes. So now that I've gotten this, so I will move to custom audio and I will import that audio. I want to embed that audio. So the audio file is showing now. I'll embed it to the duration of this title card. So you can see. So what this simply means is that as I'm scrolling through, I'm supposed to hear this music playing, and the title on my audio card should be showing all through that period, because I don't want to just bring in an audio file without something indicating what's going on. So that was why I specified that title. So I have my So I now have my audio card that has a duration of 18 minutes. That means it will keep playing for 18 minutes. And I also have, I just embedded my audio file that has that same long duration too. So if I play this from the beginning,
from policies to politics, economies, local and foreign news, we keep you updated.
And practice.
So
We are
what
not
have we noticed?
those
People
in my pocket.
The audio file plays all through that period.
From
Title disappears immediately after start. So now we have to adjust our title.
Politics with security.
So how do we do that? Let me show you. So in order to make our title appear all through the duration of the music, I'll click on text. So when you click on text, you now see that, oh, this is just where the text will appear, just within this gap. So what you do is to drag down this scroll this to the end. So when you scroll that to the end, what you've just done is that you've told the system to ensure that the title, which is live radio appearance, appear all through while the music plays for that duration. So I'll just click here.
from policy
Whatever I'm scrolling to now, the live video appearance appears.
And God.
So you can
as
of course
to
make this
what
more
this
fanciful,
is about. And it's interesting about that.
fanciful by probably getting nice pictures of event, or maybe people sitting down on a background, just get something nice and import it in here, and you still have the same effect. So that's what I have. So of course you can change the different format, animated text style, you can change it to whatever, joy, classic. So I prefer this. So now this is what I'm going to have throughout the duration of my radio. So I'll click OK. And of course,
from policies to politics,
what
economy.
we've just done now is that we've
From policies to
increased the length of our text to cover the duration of the length of the audio, and of course we have the length of the video. But you notice that we've not accomplished what we wanted to do first, and that was to edit out the sound, the initial sound.
Thank you very much. And it's a company. It's going to be 15.
Edit out the sound
from policies to politics.
and also at the end,
From policies
so that we can
from policies to politics, economies, local and foreign news.
We don't want any other noise, but we just want to hear exactly what the discussion was during the time of the radio discussion. So that's exactly what we were moving ahead to do now. We want to start editing this audio file to remove the noise. So what do? We'll move again to custom audio. So this is where we are. So now if you start playing,
We keep you updated on all the happenings.
the initial noise. So what I'm going to do is I'll just move this bar indicator point to where I want it to start.
Know a whole lot more about them. The First Church of Christ Science
So
Church of Christ. Do that to wrap up the show. Alrighty. And we get the conversation going. Someone said the state of the nation will make him happy. All right, might just do that to wrap up the show nicely. Say at 6:45ish. If you stick around, you get to hear an old episode if we still have them. But guys, I've got guests with me in the studio.
So immediately she mentioned studio, I click OK, and I said I click stop, I paused it, and I said this is where I want the discussion to start. So now you see I've moved this scroll bar from the initial point to the beginning of this indicator. So what that means that anything before this should not be counted. So the same thing too, I'm going to scroll it to the end. So I'm doing the editing now. So I want to get to a point where we exchange pleasantly, where we say thank you to each other, and I will pause it there.
Let's talk on Nigeria info.
Inviting me.
In English, I was
Beautiful studio.
about, and it's interesting about that healing practice anyway, bringing
Okay.
peace and all of that. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
So thank you very much. So I pause there. So I'll bring this one here. So now this is what I want. So after pushing this over here and pushing this over here, if you leave it this way, what happens is that when you play this video, there will be a silence. You create a silent point from the beginning up to this point. And when you get to this point, if you leave it this way too, you also create a silent point that will continue till the end of this duration. So what do? I move this to the beginning, telling it start with the edited with the point I've just indicated should be the commencement point, and I'm going to find a way to get this other area out. So I'll do that. If you like, I can click done for now. So, and I'll play. Let me show you what it means. If I
But guys, I've got guest with me.
See, the presenter is saying, guys, I've got guest with me. So it's not starting up with music anymore. So that has been edited. But if I get to the end here, what you notice at the end is that you have a silent point because the program ended somewhere around.
What's up?
Thank you very much.
So what we now need to do is to find out where
did I summarize it well?
Yes.
Anything you want to add quickly before we leave?
Okay, just
so let's see where the program ends.
The public lecture title, the and detail as to what this is about, and it's interesting about that healing practice anyway, bringing peace and all of that. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
So you see, thank you very much. The program ended around, let's say, 15:22. So all the other parts should also be cut off, be edited out. So to readjust our time now to 15 minutes 22 seconds. So what do? We'll come over here again, and here we had 1080 seconds, which gave us 18 minutes. So we're going to change this to 960. We change it to 960. What we have is 16 minutes, but what we're looking for is 15 minutes 22 seconds. So let's do 940. So 940 will give us 15 minutes 40 seconds. So we're still going to have another 20 seconds of silence. So let's try 930. 930. So 930 seconds should give us something. Will give us 15 minutes 30 seconds, but what we're looking for is 15 minutes 22 seconds. So let's adjust it a little to 925. The 925. So 925 will give us 15 minutes 25 seconds. So we are very close. So if we do 920, what will happen? So that will give us 15 minutes 20 seconds. So we can still, so just add a little to this. Maybe instead of 20, we could do 22. 22 will give us 15 minutes 22 seconds, which is exactly what we're looking for. So that is going to be our new duration now. So with this now, what that means that we've set the length of this whole project will start from the beginning and end at 15 minutes 22 seconds, and that should cover up all the the time for our project, and any other silent point would have been pulled away. So this is our final project, and everything is looking good now. So let's see. We started. But
guys, I've got guests with.
Guys, we've got guests in the studio, and we should be ending somewhere around with
detail as to what this is.
Everybody. So let's see.
Is about, and it's interesting about that healing practice anyway, bringing peace and all of that. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
That's a good way to stop. So we finish our editing. So what have we done? We've inserted our background. We've inserted our background. We've embedded our picture, our audio. We've adjusted the background title to the duration. First of all, we adjusted our title card to the duration of the music file. We also adjusted our text document to the duration of the title file. If I click on text, you see what I'm talking about. We adjusted our text to the duration of it, and we also have adjusted our musical file to the duration that we want. So 3 items that you really need to watch out for: the title card, the text, and the embedded music. Once they all are synchronous and they're running at the same time, then you have a good product. So what I'm going to do now will be to download my project. So I'll click on finish video. Then here I have 3 options. You can choose high quality, medium, and the lowest quality. So the difference between them is the quality of what you're going to get. The higher the quality, the higher the size will be, and of course the lower the quality, the lower the size you have. So since it's just an audio file and an experimental project, I'm going to pick low, which is the smallest file size. So next is to click on export. Once I click on export, then I'll choose where I want the audio to be. Then I will now click export. So once I click export, the the file will start exporting to my system. So once it's finished exporting, then we can now share it with our friends. So I'll get back to you when the export is completed.